There's our precious boy.
This is Beer Belly, guys. Fuck yeah. Welcome to Beer Belly.
Sorry, I should have tried to see how long we can keep a straight face.
We kind of know things about beers.
Kind of, sorty, little bitty, something like that. Sometimes we talk about shoes and shoe accessories.
Sometimes.
Yes.
Actually, have you heard about the new shoes and the accessories that were released yesterday?
I did not. No. What happened now? Was there another line at Foot Locker or something? This episode not brought to you by Foot
I
Locker.
don't know.
Oh, okay.
I just want to drink my beer.
Fair enough. Wait, seriously though, are there actual like hot shoes that just launched or something? Or are you just bullshitting me?
I'm bullshitting you.
God damn it. I thought there was something.
Oh, yeah.
Bastard. All right then. Well, maybe we won't be talking so much about shoes today. Perhaps not, dare I say. Did not mean for that to rhyme a little bit.
I'm already pouring.
Oh, okay, let's
You're
get
taking too long. I've been pouring for the last 10 minutes, AJ.
oh, God.
Stop your rambling.
My beer just exploded all over the place on my keyboard. Oh, no. Well, I'm not going to be able to type for
Not
the next
first
several.
time that keyboard's hurt that.
Probably not. Let me just get a little.
Oh, yeah, look at that. Oh.
I'm sure that was fun to listen to. Well, tell the people what we got here today, sir.
The Vag Catcher.
The Vag. Correct. Something like that. We have ourselves a couple IPA.
The Gant Catcher.
Gnat Catcher. There we go.
Oh, this is a New England IPA.
Yes, New England style. So we haven't done New England in a while.
It's a New England.
It's been a minute. It's been a minute. So yeah, actually just picked this up at a little local brewery to California, in Santa Barbara, actually, called Night Lizard Brewing Company. Pretty tight little spot that I fell in love with a couple years back. And I had always wanted to take some of their beers home, and I seek the opportunity this time to make sure I did it. Yeah, definitely one of the more fun breweries out there in that area, or at least down that strip of State Street, I should say.
Do you know how many breweries are there? Like, did you look on
Countless,
Google Maps or anything?
I didn't search for really any. Just if we happen to walk by some, I'm like, I want to go to that one. I want to go to that one. Can we please go to that one? So that's pretty much was the gist of our journey.
How many do you think you saw? Just a random number.
7.
Guesstimate. Over guesstimate. Really?
Okay.
That's not bad.
Probably about 7, I would say. Yeah. It was actually really impressive. It was super fun. I really appreciated it.
Okay.
So I would say if ever you're in the Santa Barbara area, hit up State Street. You'll at least find cool stuff right there, if not everywhere else in the city and nooks and crannies and such. But yeah.
Is State Street like the downtown area?
Pretty much, yeah. It's like this long strip of road that just has everything. Yeah, restaurants, bars, breweries, shops, all sorts of things. Yeah.
Oh.
It's really fun. Kind of like their party zone, if you will, of the town.
Oh.
But yes, let's get into it, shall we, sir? Without further ado.
That's not bad.
Not too bad.
Oh, I've drank so much of it already. Fuck your cheers.
Different kind of style IPA a little bit.
Look at your face. Oh, that makes me not enjoy this.
It was surprisingly cold. I was like, oh my God, I like cold beer, but that was surprisingly cold. I had this one refrigerated for a few days, so unlike last episode. But this is sitting at like a nice little 6.6 ABV. It's actually really comfy. Definitely not the strongest IPA in the world by far and away. And not my favorite IPA either, I'll say. But it is one of the, like I said, one of my more favorite breweries that I've experienced in that area. That said, I think I've only been to maybe 4 or 5 in that area, but it's really fun. Super fun. Very cool vibe.
It's still not bad.
Mm-hmm.
5 breweries? Goddamn.
Squeezing that into
Do they
3
have
nights.
You said you were going to try to get a triple IPA out there, right? But they were sold out?
Correct. Now that is actually from a different brewery called Institution Ale. Yeah, I as soon as I got there, the first night we were there, I was like, do you have the Surgeon in, which is their triple IPA? They were sold out since like 3 days ago or something like that. Or actually, I think they said they sold out the day before we got there. And they didn't replenish it the whole weekend we were there. So I was actually really kind of sad about that, only because I remember it. Okay, quick story time. So 2 years ago, when Sin and I went there, that was one of like the spots I really wanted to hit up. It seemed legit, and sure enough, I would say out of like all the breweries within that small vicinity or within that strip of land, that was like the most like hardcore kind of brewery as far as like the sheer range of amount of beers that they carry and the potency that they have there as well. Like it's like a legit like SoCal brewery that you would expect, you know. And their triple IPA, the Surgeon, I think is sitting at like 10.8 or something like that. So nothing to sneeze at for
Nice.
sure. Yeah, sexy.
That's nice.
And well, it was our last morning there of 2 years ago when we went on our trip on our 4-year anniversary trip, and that was the first beer I had. I had an empty stomach. I proceeded to drink said beer, triple IPA, and immediately realized I had to go poop. I didn't even finish the beer. It was just a reckoning immediately. It was pretty scary. I immediately was like, put my beer down and was like, Sin, I gotta go. Like, I gotta go. And then I didn't come back until like, I didn't appear from that cave for another like 15 to 20 minutes. I was stuck on that pot really bad.
Nice. So, what else happened that weekend? Go ahead. Tell the listeners, the followers.
Okay. Well, that was a story from a couple years ago.
Yes.
What are you talking about this weekend?
This weekend. Why were you up there this weekend, AJ? Tell us.
Oh, well, my girlfriend and I at the time were celebrating 6 years. We weren't able to go last year because that was like peak, oh my God, everything's shutting down immediately time. And AJ didn't know if he was going to have a job anymore time. So we're like, let's pull out and unfortunately cancel our reservations to everything. And we'll see what happens. Little did I know, I got an email notification saying that the hotel was going to be kind of closing and everything was closing down anyway, as we all experienced a year ago, pretty much to date. Anyway,
Yes.
2 years later, or I should say a year later since COVID launched and raped the world, it's gotten a little better. A lot of people are vaccinated, including my fiance and I. So we decided to go out for a 6th year. Had a great time, and it was a nice little 3-night stay. The first morning we were there, Friday, was our 6-year anniversary.
Nice.
And I asked my girlfriend, now fiance, to marry me. So somehow, some way, I was lucky enough for her to want to say yes. Thank you.
Congrats, sir.
Thank you. And to you, sir. And to you.
Nice. I mean, you only did it because I did it.
Oh my God!
You and I I only did it because Peter did it.
It's the only reason anyone's ever gotten married. Oh, you got married? Okay, I guess it sounds
endless cycle. It's time. It's time.
No, but, yeah. I mean, honestly, I just super hyped, super excited. It was really a fun moment and everything, super romantic and all that gross, squishy stuff. But it was a good weekend. It was super, super fun, and yeah. It was a nice 6-year test of Sin's patience with me, and I appreciate it.
To a lifetime, AJ.
Yeah, yes, now patience of a lifetime in her case. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
But yeah, so it was a really fun. It was a nice way to get the weekend rolling because I was worried for a minute because I had planned to do it the day that I planned it, that I actually did it. However, as Sin and I have told you already, and Yvonne, your fiance, we went too hard night one. Too hard. It was
rookie mistake.
Bad. It was a nightmare.
Second day.
What's that?
Second day should have been the hardest day for you to party.
Exactly. We still went a little hard, but nothing crazy or anything like that. Luckily, Sin got a little sleepy, like partway through the evening, like around like 9:30, and I was like, you know what? No, that's fine. We'll take it as a sign. We should probably be good and just chill for the rest of the night. Otherwise, we're gonna hate our lives again, all over again. You know, it was not worth it. But yeah,
and then we partied on Sunday.
That was really fun. I was glad that we got to. By the way, I still owe you for the filet mignon. Definitely.
Yes, it was good, wasn't it? The filet mignon.
100%. Definitely.
Oh man.
But let me just tell you, everyone
Yeah. Drank a lot. We drink a lot of champagne.
we drink a lot of champagne. Yeah,
Everyone
yeah.
what?
Oh, I was just saying, everyone freaking loved what you guys cooked. It was awesome, dude. It was awesome. It was so delicious.
Peter and Rosa, or Glenn and Rosa made some hamburgers. They're hot dogs. Those were bomb.
Peter and Rosa, the new power couple, or what?
No, Peter did his shit. It was Glenn and Rosa. Peter supervised.
We definitely did supervise. I didn't do shit either. All I did was chat around with people and
He
just have a
supplied
good
us.
time. I supplied the conversation.
It was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It was
We
freaking
play
sexy.
heads up. We lost. lost. Damn you, Glenn.
Yeah, he did not put forth his best effort. I'll give him.
No, he did not.
I thought it was just me, but the moment I heard you say, "You better actually try this time, Glenn," I was like, okay, it's not just me. I thought, thinking that he wasn't really going.
Somebody had to fucking say it. I don't
Hell
want to
yeah.
be in a losing team because a team member is playing shitty on purpose.
On purpose, mind you.
That's the thing. If he was actually dumb, that would be something different and would be understandable. But
This guy's a
Glenn
fuckhead.
just did not want to play.
Yeah, right. Oh, this guy's a fuckhead. It's totally fine. Don't worry about it. Yeah, you know, he's a little slow on the uptake. No, that guy's fine. He's perfectly functional. Almost died once, but fully functional. God damn it. Jesus. Oh God. So one thing, as we talked about at the top of the show, John mentioned, we know a teeny tiny bit of beer. We know we like drinking it. We definitely know that. What are you getting from this, sir? You're usually the one to ask me. Slow sips.
Yeah, I'm tasting it. Let me make a little bit more sound. I like get a little bit of hoppiness.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing too crazy.
Certainly
it's
carbonated.
pretty subtle. What'd you say what the content was on this bad boy?
6.6.
Yeah, you can tell. Maybe a little bit of citri, but not too much.
Yeah, I wouldn't say
It's
overly
pretty smooth.
so. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's. I guess it's
Just
not really
enough.
meant to be a hazy since it's the New England, but I will say it does have its own unique flavor. Probably partially due to the fact that it isn't any IPA, for that matter. You know, that's what I would say anyway.
I think it tastes like your standard IPA. I don't think there's anything like amazing about it, but it's not awful.
Definitely not awful, but just
I can
nice
chill on it.
Yes, it's a nice middle of the road boy. Got a little sweetness to it, I feel. Just a little sweetness at the end. I don't know if that's honey or something, but it's something. And it could make sense since they call it a gnat catcher. I don't know.
The
I'm gonna get a little
vag
sweetness
catcher
in mine.
actually is what it's called.
Oh, pardon.
Mm.
So everyone tweet and Instagram.
So
Go ahead, please.
the vag catcher.
Yes, let
The
Night
vag
Lizard know.
catcher. Hashtag.
Let them know Beer Belly Pod
the
sent
vag
ya.
catcher IPA.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, you were
These
saying.
guys. So I won't talk too much about it, but I was also able to hang out with the guys on Friday, and I was able to play some Marvel.
Nice.
Every time I play that game, it is crack.
Do you want to specify which Marvel game you're talking about to the people?
It's always Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Infinite's a good game. So is 2, but I am always referring to Marvel 3.
Okay.
When I say Marvel.
There you go.
But Marvel 3. Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Oh, wait, correction. Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Not even Fate of Two Worlds, just Ultimate. Yes, there we go. Cool.
Game is always just crack. Do you have a video game that's like that for you, AJ? That you play it once and you play again. It's not that you only get the itch, but you're like, you know what? One more hit won't be bad. One more.
You know what? I did experience that quite a few times in my life. For me, like just more recent, not more recently. I would just say, okay, a couple examples would be one, Shadow of the Colossus. I don't know how many times I've beat that game over and over and over and over. At least the story of the game I've beaten over and over. There's a lot of time trial stuff that I still haven't completed yet. There's that. which is super fucking fun. I recently installed it on my PS5, so I'm looking forward to how beautiful that's going to look on there and how well it's going to run. I recently actually have been playing The Last Guardian from the same developer, so I'm really looking forward to finishing that game within the next.
Same company.
Yes,
right?
by Team Eco.
Different.
It was like their last. It was like the well, there was a huge like shake up. A lot of people like left in the middle of making that game, which is why it got delayed for so fucking long and was in like video game limbo. But they finally released it, as we all know, and I've been enjoying it. It's a lot different from Shadow of the Colossus and different from Eco before it, but it's definitely awesome in its own way. I actually just right before I stopped playing my last session, some really epic moments in there that I was like, "Oh fucking shit!" It was really sorry, headphone users. It was really hype though. It was really hype. And the graphics are obviously really pretty for that game for the most part. Definitely not as in my opinion, at least where I'm at in the game so far. It doesn't grab me as much as Shadow of the Colossus or Eco did. But it's still a great game. I don't know if it's anyone's favorite video game. I wouldn't say it probably is, but I could see why people like it a lot. I'm a fan of the developer. Anyway, yeah, so to answer your question, Shadow of the Colossus is a big one, and my road to level 99 on Kingdom Hearts 2 was like something I kept going back to. I loved the grind in that game. I don't always like grinding.
Kingdom Hearts what?
Kingdom Hearts 2.
2, you said?
2. Yes,
Okay.
2. In particular, mainly,
nice.
I mean, 1 is super sick, and I max leveled to level 100 in that game also, but something about just the grind to 2, the battle system was a lot more matured in 2, so there was a lot more you could do with it. You had, not only did you have summons, but you had different forms of Sora, and just the fact that you can do like almost endless combos if you figured out the fighting mechanics just right. It was really fun. It was super fun. So I'll say that.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's something where I just had to keep playing for hours at a time. Sorry. How about you?
God, it's been a long time because honestly, I'm not much of a gamer. I do. I've said this several times in the past. I'll make it quick. I play video games. Usually, when I play a video game, I will be hooked on it, and I will try to grind it out within a week. That's usually how I've always been growing up. It's just like, this game is dope. I got to beat it. Or this game is shitty and I still got to beat it. And,
just out of principle.
But I don't think any game has given me this kind of like, I'm an addict for it, like Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
It brings a fire out of you, that's for sure. Like this competitive edge that you have, it shines in this game in particular. You have some other games that you're competitive with, but nothing like Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Ultimate, that is.
No.
Respect.
Not at all. I love it. I played it yesterday for a few hours.
Nice.
God damn it. I just... It makes me blush. I'm already getting all bothered just thinking about it.
Ooh, I'm sorry.
I implemented some new stuff that I had been practicing in the past a little bit. I was able to use it against the guys. It works. I'm gonna keep practicing it. It's pretty nice. Yeah.
I mean, I had an amazing weekend, but I really look forward to seeing what the fuck you're talking about. I really do. Can I ask what characters it involves, or is it all three of them?
It's Magneto. I can explain it to you. It's really quick. So usually what I would do with Magneto is super jump flight. Mm-hmm. But when you super jump, you're not allowed to call an assist in the air, not until you get back to the ground. So something that top player Magnetos do that I never ever done, that I started practicing doing, was going into neutral jump and then dashing up and then flying. So then that way I'm able to call assist when I'm flying around in the air, which is really good because it keeps... not only to allow me to safely land, but it also keeps my assist safe because I can call Sentinel from the corner and fly completely away from the corner, so only drones come out. And then I can also cross you up because if drones are coming out from here, I can be flying like this, coming down, and you don't even know drones are coming. So I was using that a lot. Made a big difference. It's pretty nice.
Oh, crazy! So you're really manipulating the like what visual
mechanics
advantage that your opponent even has. Like if they're focusing on your main character, they're not able to even see the assist come out necessarily, or at least not nearly as easily. That's crazy. It makes sense though.
Yes.
Magneto's
Not
one of those
nearly
characters
sensible.
that can do that. Magneto, I would say Storm is the other one that can do it probably just as well.
Morgan, any flight
Morgan.
character.
Sure.
I mean, Chun-Li with her triple jump.
Yeah.
MODOK with this weird fly, but not fly thing.
I know, right? Oh, my shoulder just hurt doing that shit. Sorry. I got my second vaccination shot today.
Oh, you be for real?
Yeah, no, yeah, I just got it today. And luckily, only thing I'm feeling is just a sore shoulder so far, but we'll see how I'm feeling tomorrow. Judging from what I've heard.
I'm getting mine on the 30th.
Oh, you're scheduled. Nice. That means we can make out, mask off.
We already do, baby. Fuck guidelines.
But they know that there's an exception that needs to be made on occasion. It's okay. It's okay.
I think the best way to describe our relationship is like Turk and JD. Just 100%.
I will gladly take that.
Our fiancés have just grown to accept it.
Yeah.
They just know we're gay for each other.
It's at that point, and that's okay. That's okay. I don't know if it's okay with them, but they accept it. Are they smiling about it? Probably not.
I'm gonna have to get used to it.
We have a lifetime together,
Oh man,
baby.
how you doing with your beer?
Pretty much. I think we're at a similar level. For those of you who are watching the video version, you may be able to see that. Shall we just pound this last bit and get to the next one? I'm going to take that as a yes. Possibly.
I was actually going to tell you to wait, but thank you.
Very good. All right, then. In that case, we will be back in just a momento. Purple Peacock, she's got 53. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Beer Belly, or the continuation of episode 31.
Continuation.
That is. For sure. A bit of housekeeping before we continue. So last episode we were talking about our best and worst anime. So the one I could not think of, I finally found it. It was like a couple hours after we got done recording. I was like, oh my God, there it is. There it fucking is. It was the one that I felt like was not like 100% mediocre. It's just obviously not as amazing as some of the other anime we've watched in our lifetime. And so the Japanese name is Jushin Enbu, or Hero Tales. Like I remember last time we found Legend of the Legendary Heroes. I remember it having heroes in the name or something like that. But yeah, Hero Tales. So if anyone's ever interested, check out that anime. It's not a complete.
I feel like I've heard of it.
I mean, it's cool. It was on Netflix. It was back when I first got your Netflix account from you. And so I was like, "Ooh, I haven't watched Netflix or anime on Netflix yet. Not since Samurai Champloo. I'll watch that one next." Never heard of it. And the art design looks kind of neat, I guess. In which it is. Some of the character designs are cool. Some of them not so much. But it's not a terrible story. It's actually kind of cool. Just not the best. Nice middle of the road.
So, since you're talking about animes, I recently found out. Let's pour some of the beer really quick.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
This is gonna be a longish story.
Okay, before you get
what are we
into
drinking,
it,
AJ? Tell me.
Yes, sir.
We'll whisper it, but yell it at the same time. Whisper, but yell at the same.
We have Live Forever IPA by Nihilism Brewing Company. Fuck you, John. It's from
Thank
Santa
you.
Barbara,
That tickled
California,
my tummy.
on State Street. Address 607 State Street, Santa Barbara, California. Zip code 93101. You son of a bitch. It hurts my throat to do this, and I'm gonna feel it tomorrow. I hate you. There we go. Does that work?
I appreciate it.
Did
That
I
brought
kind
me
of
much
sound like
joy.
Steve-O?
Yeah.
A little.
Yes, definitely.
I'll take
Ooh,
it.
this one got some nice color to it.
I was
Now,
gonna say
it's
the
a
same
West Coast?
thing. I believe this is a West Coast. So kind of fun. That was one reason why I got these IPAs. Also, I didn't realize it till this moment. But one is New England, i.e. like East Coast, the other West Coast. So kind of fun. Kind of fun.
It is West Coast. It doesn't
It is
say on here.
I do believe it is a West Coast IPA. They actually had a couple West Coast IPAs in house. This is one of them, if I'm not mistaken.
Ah, so I correctly guessed it.
Yes, you did.
Off the color, second time this weekend. My dad poured me a beer and I was able to guess it.
Oh, very good, sir. Oh my God, Beer Belly's working color, out for us. Nice.
It is.
Shall we get into it? Try this bad boy,
please.
I kind of just want to shoot the rest of this episode like this. I thank you. What are you getting from this one, sir? Before we get into your long story.
Longish, not very long, kind of short.
Okay. Oh, by the way, I should say
this one definitely.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Excuse me.
This one does have a little bit more of an oomph to it. It's more hoppier.
Okay. Slightly.
A little bit more of a spice to it, right? I'm getting a little bit of a spice.
I would agree with spice. I would say that I think the Nat Catcher that we had before is a little more flavorful. But this one, it has a little bit slight more of an essence of hoppiness to it. I do agree. Yeah, just a little more dank to it. Ever so present.
But I don't think it has anything like outstanding about it. Nowadays, there's IPAs that just have flavors that pop. And this was just more of a mellow West Coast IPA.
Exactly. Yeah. Nothing overwhelming or overpowering at all. It's definitely, again, just another middle of the road IPA. Potency is kind of there at 7.6, so a full percentage higher than the last one we had. Again, Live Forever IPA by Night Lizard Brewing. Shout out. But it's effective though. I'll say that much for sure.
Yes.
Typically, whenever I go to a brewery,
real
quick. So typically when I go to a brewery or when we shoot the show, we usually go from smaller percentage to larger. However, the last day I went to Night Lizard, I went backwards. I did this one and then the Night Catcher. The Night Catcher was actually kind of refreshing, maybe because it has a little more of like wild flavors going on compared to this one. But that's about it. Pardon me. Please continue.
Ooh. Anime. TV shows, addictions. So I just stumbled across a video on YouTube that reminded me of a show I used to watch growing up. It was called Superhuman Samurai. I don't know if you've heard of it. And this was like in the theme of Power Rangers, where they took the show from Japan and they like kind of put their own story, but took all the fights from their scenes.
Sure.
And the premise of the show was basically that there's an evil virus in the computer that was going to destroy the digital world. Not digital, but I'm going to say digital world because of Digimon.
Yeah.
This kid ends up finding like a special guitar note that puts him into the computer program, and he becomes like a samurai.
Oh, that's
and they have like mech fights and all this. And I watched it growing up, and I loved it.
That's freaking tight.
And so I found out, does this look familiar to you at all?
It doesn't, but it looks like it has one of the Matthews brothers in it right here.
Yep. He's in it.
Wow. No, he's
the main character.
I will say, just looking at it, it looks kind of sick, especially because I saw this picture right here. Again, check out the video versions of the show on just search Beer Belly Podcast on YouTube, or just look at the links in the description of each episode. But it looks kind of sick. It's down. He has diamond boobs.
It was pretty dope when I grew up.
Good old crystal tits.
Yeah.
Crystal tits poop monster. Crystal tits.
I didn't even notice that. That Godzilla looks a little out of shape.
Well, I mean, to be fair, this current Godzilla looks a little out of shape too. That boy thick. But continue.
A thick boy. So this YouTube video went through like the history of the show and then like the current state. And I recently found out that they turned it into an anime a few years ago.
Oh, are you serious?
And the anime, it was like a short, I guess. And then the short was popular enough to make a little mini series. I think it was like 12 episodes.
All right.
And I found out it was me. And it's a remake of the Japanese version, so I'm sure there's some differences that I remember. But I found out it's made by Studio Trigger.
Whoa! Wait, the original show you used to watch, or the new
Yeah.
version of it?
The anime version of it. The
That's so
remake that
sick.
because they remade it into an anime.
I see, dude. That's tight. That's tight. We got to watch it for the show
Yeah, I was
now.
like, what? It's only on Crunchyroll, and I'm not gonna pay for Crunchyroll. I went searching for it. I thought it was on Hulu. I was like, fuck yeah.
Just so you know, because Sin and I were just doing this 2 days ago. We were on Crunchyroll. We had a quick little mini marathon of this one anime we've been meaning to watch, which is Doctor Stone. I figured I'd either start watching or reading it eventually. She brought it up when we were at Barnes and Noble because she saw the cool cover art for the manga, and I was like, let's just watch it when we get back to the house before we go out for the evening and such. And so we did, and it was really fun. That said, you don't have to pay shit for Crunchyroll if you don't want to. It has ads if you don't pay for it. That's all.
I forgot about that. Oh
So
my
you
god!
might as well.
I'm gonna download Crunchyroll.
Even better, sir. Now compared to what it used to be. So back in the earlier days of Crunchyroll, like 10 years ago, it one bad thing about the standard version of Crunchyroll was that they would not allow you to stream in HD. I think nowadays with 4K becoming a standard, they realize everyone else is doing HD. You don't have to pay for HD upgrades on YouTube. What the fuck are we doing that? That and they probably just make more money now than ever before, I reckon. So it's now in full HD and everything. It looks gorgeous. So you can watch it on that newer TV you got, and it'll look great whatever you put on it.
Can you do me a favor?
What's up, dog?
Can you look up the anime? Can you screen share and look it up for us?
Sure.
You're gonna like the cover. It's you'll like it.
Say it again.
Let me know when you're. No, so it's 4 S's.
4 S's.
Dot Gridman.
Oh, I've heard of this. Yeah, it actually came up as soon as I did the 4 S's. Oh, yo. Yeah. Let me share the screen real quick. That looks legit. And it's by Studio Trigger. Oh, wow.
That's what I'm telling you.
I feel like such a failure for never realizing that. Wow. So again, definitely check out the video version of the show. Okay. Yo, that looks sick. Look at that guy. That is gorgeous.
Click that first image.
The first one? Okay. This one?
The very first one?
Yeah.
Is that not like Gurren Lagann style right
Absolutely.
there?
Absolutely. Right? Like, we are victorious! Green man! Something like that.
You have no idea how instantly hype I got when I found out on Wikipedia that I was already kind of like, okay, I'll watch the anime. Why not? And then I found out Studio made it, and I was like, oh, well.
Panties wet.
Wow.
Yeah. Look at this. Okay, this is definitely Studio Trigger right here. Look at that. Wow. That looks pretty gorgeous, dude.
A show I loved growing up as a kid that I never forgot about, that I loved growing up as a kid. It was remade into an anime by one of my most favorite studios that make anime. Fucking dope.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell fucking yeah. Like, this is so fucking hype, dude. I think between now and next episode, we should at least watch the first 3 and talk about it. Something like that. Like low time commitment. 3 episodes, not that bad. 3 episodes, not that bad at all. I'm super hyped for that. Okay. That'll be one of our main topics next week then. Hell yeah, dude. To anyone who's wondering what the fuck is a Studio Trigger, as far as if you were into anime or not, Studio Trigger is known for anime like Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann, or just Gurren Lagann if you will, Kill la Kill, one of the more popular anime to ever exist.
Kill la Kill.
A hype ass crazy mech movie called Promare that John and I watched a year ago, which was super fun. The thing is, they know how to do like their own crazy unique art style. They balance action and humor and emotion super well. They know how to get things fucking hype as shit. I don't know how else to describe them. They're like they're the anime definition of hype. And I've seen since then quite a few anime try to replicate that kind of action, especially the more recent Gundam series. It actually looks a lot like it, and it feels a lot like it. It's interesting.
Oh, excuse me. So
How
while you're
dare you?
talking, I don't want you to think I'm looking at random stuff. I'm literally resetting my Crunchyroll password right now.
Nice.
That's how
Hell yeah.
hype I am.
Hell yeah. As long as you don't mind ads, and there are going to be quite a few. But I will say this: the ads for Crunchyroll, at least for now, I might get burned out from them eventually. But it's like what, $7.99. This is not an ad for Crunchyroll, by the way. I wish it was. Crunchyroll, sponsor us, please. Hit us up. That would be awesome. Anyway, $7.99 for like a basic ass subscription. Anyway, no ads, obviously. But with that, I gotta say though, for having like the very basic standard profile to where you have to watch ads, the ads actually get me kind of hype because it introduces me into anime that either A, I haven't finished yet, like the final season of Attack on Titan. It shows My Hero Academia, yada yada yada, so on and so forth, and it also is introducing me to other anime that I haven't watched yet or that I've never heard of. Like for instance, that time I got reincarnated as a slime. I've been wanting to read or watch it for the past 2 years.
What's it called?
The time I got reincarnated as a slime. It's super. It's super like the vibe I get from it, and I could be wrong, but it kind of gives me Studio Trigger vibes because it's very much a blend of comedy, but like really good art style and great action too, like cool character designs and shit. So yeah, it seems like a Studio Trigger kind of thing, but more fantasy based instead of mech based. I'll put it that way.
But I like mechs. You know, I feel like I always hated mechs until the right shows kind of came. Because
Sure.
I never liked Gundam. Well, I shouldn't say that because there's one season of Gundam I like. And I
Gundam
actually
Wing?
like Zords.
Zords, yeah, Zoids, yes. Zoids.
I think I've always been into like Japanese stuff without even realizing it because here we go. Power Rangers, Superhuman Samurai, VR Troopers,
Yep.
Big Bag Beetleborgs,
Hell yeah.
Dragon Ball Z, and Sailor Moon. Those were like Digimon and Pokemon. Those are all things I watched growing up.
Back when we were kids, we didn't know what it was. We didn't know the difference. Other than that, we felt a difference, you know? Like, this looks different. Why aren't their mouths moving with the voices as much? This is weird. But then you find out,
Is that Bryan Cranston doing a voice?
Right.
I thought that at 5, you know.
100%. Is that the Bryan Cranston in 1994? What the fuck? It's crazy to think, but yeah, it's so cool to like how far back the roots of anime go just within the 90s alone, you know?
Hey, by the way, how old are you knowing that it was one of the brothers, the Lawrence brothers? Is that what you said?
I'm an old fuck.
You old, because I guarantee you anybody who's under 27 probably has no idea who those brothers are.
Right? What the fuck is a Matthews? What helped was that while Sin and I were in Santa Barbara, the first morning we were there, we woke up to watching. The first morning we were there, we woke up to Mrs. Doubtfire, of which he plays the son in that movie.
I'm glad you brought that up. Did you hear about did you hear about that fun Mrs. Doubtfire news that kind of came out? It's not news. I guess this was an interview that happened in 2017, but one of those film facts reposted it, the quote, and it blew up this time. That apparently the director or one of the writers said that Robin Williams did so many different takes that there's a PG-13, rated R, and NC-17.
Oh my God. Of that movie?
Because he did so many different types of takes, including with curse words and stuff.
He's an improv artist. Yeah, makes sense.
So
wow.
People were losing their shit. And I guess recently the director said it's possible that a rated R version could come out.
That would be fucking amazing.
So we didn't talk too much about it. Oh God, I don't want to talk about it anymore. But the Snyder Cut.
Thank you. I actually had that in my notes to talk about today.
So, okay, let's fucking talk about it. Let me just make this really quick point.
Please.
I hope Glenn listens to this podcast, or I hope he just listened to this one specific one. He tried to call me out when we were recording the separate podcast. Go ahead and listen to them at Fresh Ones and at ST Geek. It was a nice crossover. And
it was a cool fusion. I was not there for it. I was away for the weekend. But yeah, okay.
Okay. he tried to like say, well, you said this version didn't exist and it was never going to come out, and I said, no. I still agree with what I said. There was no Snyder cut until they allowed him to put
Yes.
it together.
He might have written it down.
It was all recorded. Obviously, they had all of the scenes filmed, but there was no edited Zack Snyder cut. There was a vision. There was definitely a vision, but and Glenn agreed with me, so that's
good.
There was no Snyder cut until they allowed him to make the Snyder cut, and it's kind of the same thing with Mrs. Doubtfire, where there's so much hours of scenes that we've never really seen because the studio never released, that we might actually get like the rated R cut of Mrs. Doubtfire. But yes,
that would be amazing. That would be so fucking sick. Now Snyder cut.
Too long.
Okay, I'll say this.
Too long.
I tried watching it and I tried to finish it. Too long for my baby. I don't know if that's a song. That's okay. So I tried finishing it before the show today, but I didn't. I still have like a fucking hour to go. That said, my internet connection is balls, and so therefore it just kept dropping the signal. So I kept having to restart the fucking app over and over and over.
The TV didn't want to burn itself out trying to run that 4-hour movie.
I will say this. I've been entertained so far. The first 3 hours are entertaining. Not too much lull in there. Not too much lull. I'll say this.
Really?
I appreciate it more than the first version so far.
Well, yeah, who doesn't?
If you do not want to know about the Snyder Cut yet because you haven't taken the 4 fucking hours and 2 minutes to watch it, step away, watch it, and then come back to finish this episode. We don't have to get into heavy spoilers because, again, AJ still has an hour and 2 minutes to go, but we'll talk about it a bit.
They all die.
Share some thoughts
at the end. They all die.
As they should.
Everyone
Restart
but the
whole
Flash.
DC verse.
Everybody dies but the Flash. Just
I feel like that is actually a low key a spoiler. Now that you mention it, I can see that happening.
Credits. Snyder Cut.
Damn.
So I'll tell you a very pointless scene, and it's probably the scene that annoyed me the most. It was the scene where the beginning part of it I actually liked, where Batman, finds out where Aquaman's kicking it, how he's at like the top of the mountain, yada yada. Mm-hmm. But it's when Aquaman goes into the ocean and he gets his own chant by groupies, and one of the groupie just full on.
That was kind of weird. That was a little weird.
Like
I was like, is he that precious to them as a people, as a collective?
He swims with fish.
Yeah, exactly. There's no way that smells like good. Fish. Yeah, exactly. There's no way it actually smelled good. I'm sure he's accidentally swam through whale shit a few times. Don't smell good. Definitely. Spoiler alert for the Snyderverse: whale shit doesn't smell that great. Go figure. I know what it smells like, John. Krill. You know what it smells like? More krill. So it's not that great. Absolutely. That's a good point. That was kind of weird. I will say though, so did you notice the framing, the aspect ratio for the movie?
Yeah.
4:3, which apparently I had to look it up because I didn't know this, but apparently it had been news since the Snyder Cut was officially announced that it was going to be in 4:3 aspect ratio, which was Zack Snyder's original vision, according to his wife, which is great. I mean, I will say, I actually noticed that you could kind of tell that the movie was shot for that. After watching the 3 hours of this fucking movie, you can kind of see that, what, they really did kind of care about the framing for the most part. And in that scene in particular, I will say that when it I think it pans forward toward that weird creepy character's head from behind, where I was like, oh, this is actually a really nicely framed shot. I like this a lot. But then the moment she sniffed it, I was like, yeah, I didn't need to know that. Did not need to know that he has a creepy groupie, that he has a follower, not a follower, a stalker,
a cult.
A cult. Oh, absolutely. They all probably passed it around and smelled it.
Yeah. I think the best way to describe the movie is honestly too long, but I feel like it is a pretty smooth breeze through. Like I can say that when I'm sitting there, I am invested and time feels like it's going by, but then I have to pee. And then when I pause it and I see and I'm only an hour and 20 minutes in, movie feels a little long. Wait, I'm not done, AJ.
No, go ahead, please.
So I finish peeing. And I start the movie again. I'm like, this is great movie. It's a breeze. Oh wait, I have to poo because I'm a so I paused the film and I'm only Iron Man in the film Iron Man.
We were only halfway there.
I'm only 2 hours and 20 minutes in. So I'm done pooing. And I start the movie. I'm like, all right, Superman's back. Let me pause it really quick so I can have some dinner. And then I pause it. And I still have another hour and 20 minutes left.
It's pretty ridiculous. I agree.
Oh, I'm not done.
Oh, please continue.
We're doing spoilers, by the way, everybody. So, AJ, spoilers. I'm sorry. Steppenwolf dies. You've seen the Whedon cut, you know.
Again?
I don't want to ruin any more for you, but
Sure.
Lord of the Rings.
Oh, I'm sure. I know what you mean by that. Return of the King.
Of the Rings, Return of the King. Steppenwolf dies, and I still have 30 minutes left.
Not the adventure continues. No, the venture is still ongoing right now. Right now.
That
Wow.
movie now exhausts me when I just see the title. Why is it so long?
No, seriously though, we're talking like longer than Return of the King, standard version anyway. At least we're talking longer than the Titanic. It's kind of ridiculous. Like it almost seems irresponsibly long. And I'm someone who appreciates longer form movies. I don't really shy away from them very much. And even this one, it's not exhausting yet for me. But I can see myself like, I don't know, maybe my third watch through, I'm not going to mind if I have to take a crap. And if I just let the movie play and I come back and I'm at wherever I'm at, you know what I mean?
AJ, you can start the movie, go to Target, go to the grocery store, come home, put the groceries away, and you'd still have an hour left of this movie.
You can finish dinner and still have a half-hour segment to go.
It's a half work shift.
Absolutely. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Oh my God. I mean, it's better than the Whedon cut.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it again, the Whedon cut, the bar wasn't very high. So
not after Batman vs Superman. No, the bar unfortunately was not high. I feel this movie, this cut brings the epicosity, if you will. It brings the epic nature that Justice League should have always had, but at what expense? 4 hours of your life, a sixth of your day.
He should have kept it down to 2.5 hours, 3 hours max.
Maybe I expected it to be maybe 2.5 hours, 2:45. But 4 hours is, by far probably my longest sitting for a single movie ever.
I get it. Endgame is 3 hours and 10 minutes.
Right.
There's also 12 different characters in the movie. So, 12 or 4 characters? Just saying. And I will say that Endgame is actually boring. I think there are a lot of boring scenes in Endgame.
There are some scenes that, do drag a little bit more. Still a great movie, I think, but I think pound for pound, Infinity War probably brings more to the table.
Second best Marvel movie.
Okay.
Second best. What's your first? Or what is your first?
That's so hard to say. I mean, each movie has their own special moments. Even the lower tier Marvel movies have their own special moments. But It might have to be Infinity War. It might have to be
Really? Okay.
pound for
That's
pound for pound. Yeah, probably. It's just so
okay.
sick. How about
I
you?
respect. I respect that. Winter Soldier.
Yeah, you've said that for a long time. I feel. Yeah. Okay.
Years. Winter Soldier is it's easily the best one. And Captain America isn't even my favorite. Neither is Winter Soldier. It's just a fucking great movie. Oh my
Right.
god.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Like we talked about recently, though, Age of Ultron has definitely squeaked its way into my heart more than ever before over the
That's
past
what I
couple.
said. That's what I said months ago, and y'all like, nah.
Right
You
in
don't.
here. So I actually put a poll on Twitter. I only have like 6 votes so far, but I don't even know who they're by. Maybe you voted. I don't know. But so I put, what are your thoughts? What are our thoughts on the Snyder Cut? Pretty much my categories were all I wanted and more. Smiley face emoji. 4 hours really necessary? Eat the original, cancel HBO Max, or give me 1/6 of my day back. So far, we're at 5 votes. All I wanted and more, and then 1 vote for 4 hours really necessary. So there you go. Apparently,
Click on the 5. How many of them are like diehard Snyder fans?
I imagine since I used hashtag Snyder Cut, hashtag Justice League, it's people who are looking for stuff like that. You know what I mean? But at least one person was honest and said that it was probably
That
longer
was
than
probably Peter.
it should. Probably.
I'm not saying it's a bad movie. I'm not. I'm saying it's a long movie.
Right.
If he would have done 2.5 to 3 hours and just kind of cut out some dumb shit like groupies singing, or maybe all of Wonder Woman's, oh, you know how it's like every other scene Wonder Woman comes in, you hear the chanting.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll say this. This is again, listen to the episode Fresh Ones crossover with SD Geeks and me quoting the Weekly Planet's James. Not James, I'm sorry, Meso, is a movie with a good score. You will never really notice it.
True.
This movie has so much music going on that it literally pulls me away from the movie itself. And I have been recording movie reviews for the last 2 years now at this point,
Yeah.
and I have never once said that.
It's very true.
Never once have I said that, because it's true. When a movie score is good, you don't notice it because it's just so well placed throughout the entire thing that it's just kind of in the background. It's just kind of there. In this movie, it's pretty noticeable. Like every time, it's like watching Digimon. It's like I've seen Agumon Digivolve 1,000 times. I don't need it anymore.
You don't need the animation of him spinning around and getting
every time these characters come in, their theme song plays.
Yeah.
So the 2 biggest gripes. It's literally length, and the music was just really, and that includes the groupie scene. Like that. Why?
That was a little weird. It was a little weird. Now that you mention it, I mean, it took me out slightly. I thought about it. I was like, I mean, I guess he does great things for this little village. Therefore, they worship him. But did she have to smell the jacket? Did she really? Did she really? I don't know. It's a cult. It's a cult. It's less of a village and more of a cult. Absolutely. Great observation.
I think somebody will probably edit this down, and I bet it will be the better version.
Oh, absolutely. And you'll be able to stream it on YouTube for free too, and it'll be great. It'll be great. I mean, I'll be honest, I feel like I could use a little less, I mean,
slow-mo, a little less slow-mo maybe?
A little less slow-mo in certain areas, yeah. I will say, I think Cyborg, it makes me appreciate him more as a character, but 100%. I did not need as much exposition of Cyborg though either. Maybe that's because I've seen the Whedon cut already, but I feel like it just leans on him a little bit too much about halfway through the movie. It's a little too much for me, and I'm like, well,
I see why he's pissed.
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, I got that from the Whedon cut. I didn't need any more than that. I get it. His dad treated him more as
Well,
a prized artifact rather than fucking his son. I don't know.
the actor was pissed.
Oh no, I didn't know. Please tell me.
I don't want to get into all of that. He basically just said they mistreated him.
Oh wow.
And I mean, this is a good example. In the Whedon cut, I think they drastically cut down this guy's story. And in this movie, it's a main point. I actually think his story's not bad. I like it. I think the character's design, the CGI is a little bad, but
it's a little wonky at times. Especially like
it's a little sus is what it is.
Yeah. But well, I do like the artillery he carries is usually cool. Like whenever his arm turns into a crazy firearm, I'm like, yo, this dude's fucking mother box crazy.
Yeah.
But outside of that, yeah, the CGI on his face could have definitely used some work. That said, a few things in this movie CGI wise could have still used a little more work. It looks a little more forgiving than the first version, the Whedon cut, but even still, it's not a Marvel movie. It's not a top tier Marvel movie. It's not. Darkseid does not look like Thanos real. Neither does Steppenwolf, even though Steppenwolf does look a little cooler now.
He looks cool. No, I liked his design a lot. But yes, it doesn't look as realistic. No.
Right. Which, again, I mean, a lot of people that are diehard DC fans and not will say budget was obviously an issue. And I get that. I respect that. It's true.
It's not my fault.
Yeah, exactly. It's not our fault. You chose to release the movie, HBO Max. So therefore, there's going to be
excuse is an excuse.
How much money you allowed to go towards the special effects, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. But that said, so far I'm impressed. I have a whole hour and 2 minutes to go, so we'll see how I like the final quarter of this film. But I'm hoping I enjoy the last final battle and all that fun stuff. Where I'm at, they awaken Superman. Lois Lane is like, let's go home. And then let's see. Oh, and the Steppenwolf just stole the final mother box. And then now shit's about to go down.
Oh, so you're 3 hours in. Oh,
yes.
You still got an hour and 14 minutes left. Enjoy.
Yeah, this is my life.
That's 3 TV show episodes, AJ.
Minimum. You're talking about 3 TV episodes that are made like now in like AMC TV shows like with The Walking Dead or something.
No, I'm talking half-hour episodes.
Oh, that's fucking like what's
3 episodes.
It's like 8 then. Shit.
I'm talking about what you have left.
Oh, what I've left. Oh, absolutely.
It's about 3 episodes.
It's crazy, right? It's so crazy to think. I mean, that said, I'm excited for the final arc of the movie, but I'm also just looking forward to be done with it. That said, I will rewatch this film eventually down the road.
I've watched it twice. I'm done.
Wow.
I'm done.
Will you at least agree that if and when you do watch it again, you won't be shy about bathroom breaks and you're just going to let the film play?
It's the best way to watch it. And yeah. Like I said, it's a smooth watch. I didn't realize how long it was until I paused it.
True. It was breezy, like you said, until then. That said, there are some awesome parts of this movie that I actually shouted out loud for. I got fucking hype.
The credits. Well, when the stream ends and HBO Max goes back to the titles. Oh. I'm sorry. Continue. I'm gonna get lynched.
You're cold. I know. All DC fans are gonna come for your ass. For sure. With hashtag HBO Max picket signs when they come for you too. But I was gonna say I got hyped for Green Lantern play all over again because we got some new Green Lantern shit in this movie, which was kind of fun. Not utilized as well as it could have been, but it was cool. Like I loved when Steppenwolf no, it was Darkseid. I think who reached for the ring and I was like, oh my God, that's so hype. And it got taken away from him. But I will say, I was also really disappointed at how much of a bitch Darkseid was in that fight. Like
that was the same thing Peter said.
He was such a bitch. Like he's supposed to be this ultimate warrior. And yet he got electrocuted by, granted, Hercules, I think it might have been. Whatever. Zeus. I'm sorry. That makes more sense. Zeus. And, he had some arrows shot at him. Boo-hoo, that hurts.
Not Ares. Archimedes?
Probably Ares more so. That makes sense also. Archimedes. To anyone who knows, hit us up, beerbellypod@gmail.com. Let us know where we went wrong in the lore. But I think everyone would agree that it didn't really feel like he took that much damage. I mean, we'll put it this way. In Endgame, anyone that's watched that movie, which is probably everyone that's listening to the show or watching it, Thanos fought 3 Avengers at once, one of which was a thunder god, and also electrocuted the fuck out of him. And then Captain America did the same thing to him, and yet he was able to get right back up, dominate all 3 of them. And fucking Darkseid gets electrocuted once, really badly, I'll give it that. But then he gets
neck a bit and
his
his
little slaves carry him away to the ship to save his ass, and then he's so distraught by what happened, the bitch passes out. He faints.
AJ,
He faints.
correct me, please correct me if I'm wrong. But when Thanos got hit with the axe, he said, "I'm a little bitch," right? That's what that's what Thanos said, right?
Totally. No, he went down like a champ and said you should have aimed for the head, and then proceeded to end the world. Yep.
Half the world.
I'm sorry, half. You're right. Only half. No,
And
big deal.
not the
No big
world,
deal.
the cosmos.
The universe, if you will. Yeah.
Yes.
Everything.
The multiverse.
Yes.
I mean,
But
yeah.
that said, I mean, for anyone who's yelling at us right now, that was not Thanos' power that destroyed half the universe. It was the gauntlet, of course. But also, again, he didn't faint out of desperation and exhaustion because he got electrocuted.
Didn't make him alive from the hit. The gauntlet didn't make him say you should have went for the head.
Yep.
Nope.
He went down like a badass, and then he finished his job, his mission, his life's work like a badass. Did I hate him in that moment? Yes, but I loved hating him in that moment, though. I will say there's a reason why Endgame, even though we both said that it's not the best Marvel movie in our opinion, it's still a fucking epic conclusion to the Infinity War saga. And I will say I was really disappointed in that Darkseid battle. Like I had reminiscences, I guess like kind of flashbacks to Fellowship of the Ring when it first shows Saruman fighting through all those waves of men and elves and all that, and just batting them away weightlessly. That was really cool. And I was like, oh shit, Darkseid's cool like that, sick. And then I was like, wait. He's getting taken down that easily? What? And then wait, oh no, he fainted because he's so wounded? Really? It was a little disappointing. I'm hoping that the final arc has something more to show of him, because I was a little disappointed by that.
You never know. I'm not even going to say that. You never know. At this point, you never know.
We'll see what happens. Well, to anyone who wants to battle us or agree with us, at BeerBellyPod on Twitter and Instagram, blow us up in the DMs, or respond to any of our tweets or posts that we have, our stories on there. Again, you can email us, beerbellypod@gmail.com. Hit us up on YouTube. Trash our comments if you want. Let us know what you feel. Are we super wrong? Are we right? Do you feel somewhere in the middle of that? It would be interesting to know. Hit us up. And what's better, the Snyder Cut or the Whedon Cut? I feel like most people will say Snyder Cut, but then again, you also have to travel through a sixth of your day to get there, to complete it.
Yes.
Crazy. Oh, sir, do you know if there's an after credit scene?
No.
Thank God. Because then that would be like 4 hours and 5 minutes.
I'm going to quote my dad. The last 25 minutes is just one long ass Easter egg.
That sounds fun, but at least the only thing is
it's not AJ. No, AJ, it's not.
Okay. In defense of your daddy, it's still not.
It's not. No, he wasn't happy with it either. At that point, he liked the movie overall.
By Easter egg, do you think your dad means like just straight up fan service?
Yeah.
Okay.
The 4 endings you get are fan service. So enjoy. Spoilers, AJ.
Fair enough. I'll be ready for it now. All the fades to black and fades to black over and
just
over.
do me a favor. Mm-hmm. Clap every time it fades into black, and count every time you clap from me. Just please. Just please.
That'll be homework for next episode. I'll let you know if I can remember. Remind me if you can.
Will do. I will.
Sounds good. Well, I think that'll do it for this episode of Beer Belly. Again, let us know what we should talk about always for future episodes. Let us know what we should drink for next episodes as well to come, because it's always fun to hear what you guys have to say. I look forward to it. And yeah, I think that'll do it. That said, though, I think John has spit many words of wisdom already this episode, especially geared towards the Snyder Cut. But sir, if you could add maybe one last sentence for the road.
Not one sentence. One last statement. I'm gonna go ahead and
Please.
say it. The reason the MCU is better than whatever the DCU is because it took 10 years to get to where it was at. It took several bad movies. There are several bad movies in the MCU in the last 10 years of the MCU. And that's the reason the fourth phase is amazing, because they went through all those mistakes. The reason the DCU sucks is because we rushed to 3 movies. The end.
The end, indeed, and very well said. It didn't take 4 hours to get there, to try to cram it all in one, a la BVS, all over again. And
it took about 120 hours over 10 years.
They earned it. They earned it. They took the time.
10 years.
10 years?
I was 20. Wasn't it 10 years? Yeah, a decade.
I'm just saying 10 fucking years. I agree. Well, as we said, take that with a grain of salt. Let us know if you agree or disagree. We look forward to it. Spin facts. We'll catch you later. Peace.
Bye.